What's the worst part of our economy that no one's paying attention to?
I think it's low productivity growth. We have had very low productivity growth coming out of the pandemic. You would expect, usually when the economy starts to bounce back, you have a little period of low productivity growth, but then it starts as people get their jobs. They're not, they're not as good at their new jobs, and things start to pick up. But we haven't really seen the pickup in productivity that you would have expected. And productivity really is the sort of magic sauce of the economy. If you want to do well, you want people to have the jobs where they are the most productive, and you want the per person per hour output of everybody in the economy to be rising, because that's how we actually get wealthy, right? If we all just keep doing our work, right, and our productivity doesn't go up at all, then the per capita output of the economy stays the same. What you really need is not more people. You can grow just by adding people into your economy. What you really need is for productivity to grow. And we're not seeing it right now. In fact, we're seeing productivity at very low levels. And I think that's a crisis
that's interesting.
Nobody's talking about yet.
Is that a cultural thing? Like, is that a part of the quiet quitting movement and just sort of like a malaise of the country and maybe like a hopelessness for the future that people are just doing the bare minimum? Or are there more economic reasons behind it?
It's a mystery. I think the quiet quitting is almost a like reverse engineer. People try to explain why productivity is well. So they came up with quiet quitting. I'm not sure I buy that that's the cause of this but what I will say is I do think that the pandemic may have sort of just disrupted the way people do things. And maybe that's the hopeful message, right? Like things got disrupted. People are still only going into their offices 2 or 3 days a week, if at all. And so maybe productivity will come back, right? Maybe as we get used to this, it'll come back. The other way of looking at it is maybe it won't. Maybe we just broke something in our economy when we shut down huge parts of it. And we're just not going to come back. And that's the thing I fear. We don't really know exactly why some periods have high productivity growth. Sometimes it's because of invention, right? Like a computer helped jazz up productivity once we could all be automated. But some periods have low, some periods have high. I worry that maybe we just broke something in the economy and it'll take a while to figure out what when we literally shut it down